Okay, I do believe we have done run out of fuel.
Performing the duties of his office.
Digby C. Caesar.
No.
Well, hey everybody, thanks for stopping by. I am Digby, and today we are back in my summer car. Now, at the end of last episode, I said this. So I think at some point between this episode and the next one, I am actually going to grab the Gifu, I'm going to drive to town, I'll pick up all the rest of the parts, I'll probably drop the spare tire off at Fleetaris, I will haul the Satsuma GT wreck to his place and then sell it and get the money and then steal it back, and then I'll do the exact same thing with the Firebird, and that way all the donkey work will be out of the way, you guys won't have had to watch any of it, and next episode we can start right back here where we're leaving off. However, it occurred to me when I actually went to go do it that stuff like that is kind of the meat and potatoes of the game. You know, the attempting to do something stupid and fighting with the jank and dragging junk cars around and screwing Fleetari, which will never get old. So yeah, the original plan for this episode was we were going to be working on the engine, and now the plan for this episode is we are going to go do that, and then we're going to work on the engine. Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, I'm pretty sure we are flush up against it. Now, tell me I can latch on. Actually, tell me I got close up to it. Holy crap, I actually got way closer than I thought I was going to. So we should have towing hook in here somewhere, right? Well, you know what? That will do. Where's yours? Towing hook to towing hook. I don't think I'm going to have to drop the axles for this. Should technically come out of here no problem. Well, I suppose we'll find out in a second. And boop. I'm going to keep you in low. Let's hit first gear, and we're off. Okay, Fleetari, you scumbag criminal, please tell me that you want this car. Oh, and you're willing to pay me $1,200 for it, because that would be brilliant. Go ahead, say it. You know you want to.
Ei hitto, hyvin löytyi. Mä en tajunnut, että tuo meidän mettissä on tällaisia kostlia. Joo, kyllä mä sulle maksan näistä ihan hyvin.
Yeah, thank you for the money, and thank you for being dumb in a box of rocks. Come on, baby, you can do it. You can do it. I just need you to make the turn and start driving forwards. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Oh, this thing is not happy about it, but it is doing it. Now, fingers crossed, we can just park this up nicely and I won't have to mess with it at all afterwards. I think that is probably close enough. I can hear again. Brilliant. Now, really quick, I'm just going to unhook this and leave it right where it is for now. Game, can I? No, Digby, no you cannot. Here's a thought, though. I bet you can get around to it this way. You can. So, we have got to... Thank you. Yeah, we got to deal with the thirst and the hunger and the stress here really quick. I am quite tired, but I don't think that's going to make a huge difference here. It's 3:15. I'm reasonably certain Tamo closes at 4, and I think Fleetari does as well. Right, he might even close at 3. Okay, car number 2 is going to have to wait till tomorrow. Oh, here's a thought, Digby. How about we eat first, and then drink? Yeah, get some sausages down our neck. Chase it with some sweet, delicious tap water. Okay, let me deal with the stress. I'm going to push the car into position because apparently we're not going anywhere else today. And then we'll get back to the engine. You know, I've actually had this thing sitting in my mailbox since the game started. And I believe it's a brand new computer. And this wasn't actually in the game way back when I started playing it. I tell you what though, we've got the 6,500 bucks. Can we do it? Oh, please tell me this isn't something I have to take to friggin' Tamo's and then send away for. I have a feeling it is. Can I just drop it back in my own mailbox? That would be a no. Alright, fine. You know what? Let's just pop this in the front seat of the gift booth, and then next time we go to Tamo's, we'll mail it. Alright, so, where did we leave off? I believe... Okay, yeah, we had to put the alternator on, the water pump on, the header pipe, carbs. Yeah, not the twin carb, we wanted the racing carbs. And then we got the radiator, we got the GT stuff that we found, we've got the stereo we still got to install, the freaking exhaust I forgot about. Ooh, actually, let's take the exhaust off now and just get it out of the way. Okay, you can just live there. Now we've got... Okay, good, they are all the same size too, perfect. I'm not sure if this end is going to consider itself still bolted even though it's not technically attached to anything. But just in case, let's pull these bolts out. And boop. Okay, it did technically consider itself to be still attached. And, why is there a half shaft down here? Am I missing one up top? Oh, okay, so the half shafts did come out when we, uninstall the engine. You know what? That's fine. We can reinstall those pretty easily. Assuming I can remember how to do it. I think it was just we had to take everything, basically like the whole wheel hub assembly and everything we had to take apart and then do the half shafts and then put it all back together. Which is actually fine because I'm reasonably certain at one point or another we ended up getting brakes, correct? I say that. There's absolutely no way brakes are a thing. Of course brakes aren't a thing. Why would you want good brakes to go with your high-powered engine? Okay, let's go for the water pump. There we go. Actually, here's a thought, Digby. Let's turn this thing back around again. Now that we've got the gearbox sorted out. Okay, not broken water pump is on. So, your turn, Mr. Not Broken Alternator. And a boop. And what are the odds you're going to be the same size bolt as well? Holy crap, it is. Well, this one is. I'm pretty sure the one on the back's a different size. Of course it is. Alright, that's fine. We can find it. Okay, now, let's, no, I need to loosen that up a little bit. Thank you very much. I'm pretty sure the belt we got was, well, I mean, it was relatively brand new. It was on there a few minutes, but not very long. Definitely not long enough to break it, I don't think. Could you please go on now? Thank you. And just, do alternator belt things.
3,000 years later.
Alright, well, we're going to leave that as a problem for later on, and we are going to get back to putting the stuff on that I know actually bloody fits. So you get on there. Okay, we have got racing headers on. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to guess the twin carbs are a GT thing, and the racing carbs are the extra horsepowery thing. Silly question. When in doubt, always go for the extra horsepowery thing. There we go. Okay, we have got racing carburetors, which means next up is... Ooh, actually, next up is putting the engine back in, I think. I mean, that's it for performance and or broken parts, is it not? I mean, I do want to try the alternator belt one more time, just in case we can get it to function. No. Well, crap. I really don't want to put the engine in without it being, you know, complete and all. Oh, hush. Okay, what on earth is holding this up?
Eventually.
You will fail at some point in your life. Accept it. You will lose. You will embarrass yourself. You will suck at something. There's no doubt about it.
Oh my God, seriously? Okay, I would like to apologize wholeheartedly to every single person that has been screaming at me for the last 10 minutes. Now, out of curiosity, where in the hell did I put that pulley? Oh, you flippin' idiot. Alright, Digby, you want to bet it'll go on now? Of course it'll go on now. Alright, fine. I know I'm an idiot. Honestly, I looked at that, I looked at that, I looked at that. Never once dawned on me I still hadn't put the pulley back on. Okay, alternator is tight. Screw is tight. Engine is, I believe, for all intents and purposes, ready to go back in. So if I pop you right about there. Okay, that is spot on correct. Now what are the odds the wrench I'm holding is the right one? How's that look? That looks actually pretty bloody close. Okay, let's drop it down some. Very slowly, very carefully. I'm trying to sort of eyeball the height here. I don't know if I'm going to get it right or not, but I'm going to try my best. Now, that is how close to the mount. It doesn't look that far off. Let's run down here and check. Hello. Feels like it might maybe come down a little bit more before it goes in. Oh, hang on. The motor mount bolt is here. There's absolutely no way it's going to let me have that much slack putting this thing in, right? Okay, that is a million times more forgiving than it used to be.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, indeed. Okay, it is Thursday morning, and I have actually had a bit of an idea. Because I do want to pick up the rest of the car parts. And in fact, it's probably a little bit more of a priority than getting that other car. But yeah, when we go to Tamos today, I want to... Okay, I have to get sugar, sausages, and milk for Grandma. Yeah, I want to go to town and pick up my stuff, but then I also want to get Grandma's grocery order, and I want to bring it back to her. Now, it should be... Yeah, I was going to say, it should be ridiculously early. And I think, mind you, that we actually have time to do both if we leave, like, right now. So yeah, we're going to run to town in the scepter truck first because it's pretty much on fumes. And then I'm going to fill that thing up. I'm going to grab my groceries. At which point we can run back here, we can swap to the van, we'll go back to town, get the car parts, Grandma's groceries, and then we'll pop around her place and maybe have a nice cup of tea. Okay, I do believe we have done run out of fuel. That's fine, because that cloud of dust ahead of us is the drunk guy, which means we are not going to get killed if we just stop here. Kind of on a nice, more or less level spot. Park this thing up. Grab our fuel can, that if it doesn't have fuel in it, I'm going to probably scream. And yeah, we'll just fuel this thing up, and then I think, because I mistimed pretty much everything that I said I was going to attempt to do, I think we're going to grab the car, we're going to go to Tamo's and just basically wait, and then I'll grab all my groceries, and then we'll tow the car to Tamo's, we'll drop it off, we'll go home, we'll grab the van, we'll come back, we'll get Grandma's stuff, and then we'll go visit. Okay, I think if that didn't work, I'm going to have a little bit of a change of plan here. Did that work? That did not work. You know what? Change of plan. Let's get this thing unhooked. Yeah, remove the towing rope. Thank you. I'm going to just turn the truck around. I'm going to smash into the doors head first, and then we'll hook it up. We'll drag it out. We'll get all this put back together correctly, and we will get the hell out of here.
One eternity later.
You know what? It looks like we're going to be towing that thing home with the van.
One hour later. Six hours later.
Wow, that takes forever. Alright, that's done. Nope, you need to put the cap back on, thank you. So, truck is full. Gas can, thank you, is full. Now, we just gotta remember the computer order. Just still right on the seat where I left it. Brilliant. Okay, Tamo, I have absolutely no idea what time it is, but hopefully we can still pull this off. So let's drop that in there. Perfect. And it is
no ehtoon möllykkätä sinullekin.
11:30. You were open till... Are you really open till 8? Okay, perfect.
Joo, lähellään tuosta. Morjes.
Yeah, I know. Dude, look, I want a case of beer and a bag of chips for the truck, is what I want. Oh, and you know what? Let's pay that as well.
Saatana!
So post order's paid.
Voi saatana!
Oh, okay, we are not paying the post order just yet, because apparently the post order is more money than I currently have. Which is fine, because I have to come back in this direction tomorrow. I can just stop and grab some money out of the other thing. So can I just... Yeah, can I just open that up here, please? I want to open it up. Thank you. I'm going to chuck the chips in there. I put the chips on the roof, didn't I? Yes, Digby. Yes, you did. Try that again. Okay, chips are in there. I need to put the beer in there. I need to grab a metric ton of food. Oh, crap. I also need to get rid of this beer case. Can I, Well, you know what, Tamo? You don't really use your back room anyway, so let's chuck it in there. Kind of like that. Perfect. Alright, now, new case of beer. I want to just throw outside. And there's a boop. Chuck that out there. I want to buy... Actually, what was it I wanted to buy in here? Because I got a ton of sausages last time. I do want to do the buy a metric ton of chips, buy a metric ton of beer, and like set up emergency stop stations along the way home sometime, but I don't think I'm going to bother with that now. I'm going to take some milk so that I don't die of hunger and or thirst here right now. Okay, that was kind of cool catching that midair like that. What are the odds I can do that twice? Pretty bloody poor. Oh, and thinking of it, looking at my stress bar, I do believe what I wanted to buy were these. Yeah, I know. I'll come back for that in a minute. Alright, let's just chuck the smokes in the truck. Let's chuck the beer in the truck. Let's get the hell home, grab the van, and see if we can't make it back here before closing. Oh, you. Alright, fine. Back in there. You get back in there. Don't you honk at me, you. You want to lay off that horn, chum, or I'm going to get out and I'm going to kick that thing straight up your tailpipe. You know, it never ceases to amaze me how one day everything can go completely according to plan, and yet the next day absolutely nothing will go according to plan. Now, unfortunately, today, Thursday it was, unfortunately today was the day when absolutely nothing went according to plan. So we pretty much made a complete hash out of rescuing the vehicle. I also forgot that I wanted to bring the spare tire with me, and I wanted to drop that off at Fleet Tires and get that thing repaired. Oh, and we're not going to be able to do the half shafts or anything else as far as finishing the Satsuma goes unless I get tires put on the other rims, which is another thing I completely forgot that I was going to do today. Alright, you know what? No, I want you to go kind of right there. And then I want you to open up, leave my cigarettes right there. I'm not going to say it's perfect, but you know what? It's close enough. Yeah, really quick before I forget, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go chuck the rims in the back of the van so we don't forget them. And then, unfortunately, I am going to have to end the episode here. Because the other thing that occurred to me on the way back home was that Grandma is probably not going to be available to visit at 8 or 9 o'clock at night, which is about when we would actually get back with a grocery order. So yeah, I think what we're going to do is tomorrow, first thing in the morning, I am going to run to the cash briefcase and I'm going to grab... Oh crap, I'm going to need probably another, what, $4,000 for the postal order? Well, $3 or $4,000 for the postal order. And then we're going to need another 7 or 8 for the computer that we ordered. And it would be nice to have a few extra bucks on hand as well, so probably going to end up grabbing another 15, 20,000 bucks. You know, just to cover expenses. And then yeah, we'll hit Timo's 10 on the dot, we'll grab her food, we'll stop in, we'll visit her really quick, and then when they're in luck, we'll run back, we'll grab the Firebird. On the way back, we will drop the tire off at Timo's, because we're going to need the tire to open the barn, I think. But yeah, we'll drop the car off, we'll bring it back here, we should have the van full of parts at that point, and if all goes well, we'll start working on the car this weekend. I know, sounds incredibly ambitious, doesn't it? Yeah, here's to hoping it goes better than this one did. And on that incredibly wishful note, as always, I've been Digby. I thank you guys for stopping by. Really hope you guys enjoyed this episode of My Summer Car. And yeah, I hope to see you for the next one.